What's up, guys? This is Jason from the Jason&Jabari Gaming, and today we have 7 new rank 3 champions for past and future content. In regards to Battlegrounds, this is the second video I'm doing. I did 5 before this, so make sure you check that video out. I'll leave the link to that in the description at the end, where you can just click on it. Okay, so the first one that we're going to talk about is Vision Arcus. Vision Arcus is amazing, in my opinion. He did really well for the rich get richer last meta. In this meta, he's going to do pretty well, in my opinion, because he has armor break, guys. He has armor break, and that's going to stop the armor ups. As long as they're not armor break immune, he can stand close to them, and then he'll apply that armor break debuff, and then they will also start taking cold snap damage, which is awesome. I love champions that cause unavoidable damage for essentially doing pretty much nothing. That is amazing in Battlegrounds. That can be the difference between a win and a loss, in my opinion, more often than not. There are great counters to him, such as Dr. Doom and Nullify Champ, stuff like that. But even with good counters to him, they can still get the armor break on them and still take the cold snap damage. So that's a cool thing about him. I think offensively he's going to be great because he gets power gain, lots of them. Plus, again, he'll put that armor break on your opponent. So he can be a versatile champion, more so in this meta than even in the last one, in my opinion, because there's not too many versatile champions due to the node combination coming up. So he's definitely one I would recommend. I'll definitely have him in my deck to test out and see how well he performs. But yeah. Let's move on to the next one. We have quite a bit this time, guys. This is a rather lengthy video too. Sorry, I apologize. It is sped up though. All right, next is Gore. Gore is amazing. I recently duped my Gore. He did really well for the rich get richer meta. I'm not entirely sure how well he'll perform, because as far as I am aware, I do not know if he has access to armor break. So offensively, he might not be as potent as he would be defensively. I mean, he has the regeneration buffs plus all the other debuffs that he inflicts. He has that nasty special 3 after he's ramped up. And yeah, he was a whole problem on the rich get richer. This meta, he'll probably be a little bit tuned down, but I'm sure some of the more skilled players, if they really want to run him, because I did notice some people had him at rank 4, so they might want to keep him in their deck. He will gain the armor up like everyone else after 10 hits, and then after that they'll start being power burned. So with the regen that he gets, it might be a problem to take him down if you don't have a suitable counter. So I could definitely see that. I don't like particularly just defensive options, only because when you have to take them offensively, then you're significantly gimped if they can't do too much for you. So we'll see. I think there's a certain amount of balance. I love balanced decks. That's really my MO. I think 10% or maybe just a little bit less or more than that of your deck, which equates to 3. If you have strictly 3 offensive champs or 3 defensive champs, I think it's fine. I think it maintains balance within your deck, but too many more than that, then you run the risk of counterbalancing your deck, and then that could be a potential problem, in my opinion. But that's just me. You guys do whatever is suitable for you and your deck. But yeah, I am a fan of Gore. I know there's a couple of content creators that really push Gore and really like him. I think he's a good champion. I would say he is worth a rank 3 if you're able to at some point. I don't think it's like a rush rank up if you can't do it right now, but I do think at some point it's worth the investment. Who knows what potential metas we have down the road. And guys, I do play in Battlegrounds tournaments, so my rank ups are more geared towards the friendlies metas. I do test a lot in the victory track, so I will be testing a lot on my way up to the gladiator circuit, and that's mainly because friendly mode will be the first victory track mode. The next up that we have is Wiccan. Wiccan is amazing. Shout out to Bryce or MU8s. He put Wiccan on the map, in my opinion. He got him with the early access bundle, I think, way back when. He did a couple videos on him, and then the rest, as they say, is history. I mean, this guy is amazing. He will stop the buff, the armor up buff, and he will place debuffs instead. Defensively, there's a slight hiccup with him right now. I think there's a bug going on where you might crash the game, and unfortunately that will cost you the match, not the round in the tournaments. It will cost you the whole match. So I don't know if that's a risk factor that I'm willing to do, but I do know he will be going in my deck because offensively he is a beast, man. He does the nullify whole thing like that. He could block unblockables. I mean, he is really good. If you guys did Warhide competitive last season, then you know he was one of the main counters to null bosses and stuff like that. And yeah, man, he's just amazing in my opinion. So I'm very glad that I finally got the opportunity to take him to rank 3. Again, I don't know if I will put him on defense or not. That's something I'll have to consider. I will have to be up significantly to even do that play. And then again, it's the risk factor, or I'll just have to be out of options, and I just have to pray that it doesn't crash the game. The good thing about these tournaments is everyone does them live now, so everyone's going to be watched, so there can't be anybody saying things that's going on like, oh, my game crashed, if it really didn't. Not that I believe anyone would in these tournaments. Everybody has been pretty honorable, so hopefully that train continues. But yeah, other than that, man, I can't wait to actually get in there and start utilizing him and learning him a little bit more. I'm still very new to Wiccan, but again, like I said, he's a beast. He doesn't seem super complex to play. It's just a matter of repetition, in my opinion. So yeah, he can take on a lot of different champions that I've seen, such as Things and what do you call it, Man Thing. So you know, that's pretty good. Obviously he's built for champions with a lot of buffs. He'll handle those really fast, such as Gallon and Hulkling. So yeah, man, very excited to play this guy and have him as an option for the upcoming meta. And if you guys do have a Wiccan, hopefully you can awaken him, and hopefully you can get him to rank 3 and see for yourself if you like him or not. But yeah, he will definitely be in my deck, and we will see how well he will perform for me, initially at least. So there's his abilities. If you guys want, just pause and yeah, check them out. All right, number 4, we have Colossus. Guys, he's gonna be a beast on defense. Let's just be honest, he's tri-immune, so Incinerate, Cold Snap, so Arcus won't work on him. I don't know if Wiccan will work on him or not. He probably will, since he have passive Incinerates. It's possible, but I don't know for sure. I know Clairvoyant will work on him, and he's bleed immune as well. So he's going to be a tank, guys. He's going to be like my Silver Warrior. He's going to be a tank. He's not going to be offensive, so that's what I was talking about earlier. If you're going to get him, pick him up for defense, and make sure that when you pick him, they don't have a suitable counter, or they'll basically time out to him. And yeah, just have yourself a laugh, or make sure their fight is super slow and yours will be faster, and play yours pretty well, and you'll win on time. Next we have Tear Baby. I love me some Tear Baby. Shout out to TJ, or Tom Jarvis. He's been paving the way for showing how good Tear Baby actually is, man. I do want to get mine awakened. If you guys have noticed, I've been picking up cosmic gems to try to awaken this guy. Obviously I'm taking him up to rank 3 early, but I guess there's a reason for everything, right? Call it foreshadowing, if you will. We'll see. But offensively, man, he's gonna be awesome. He, in his rock field, he causes armor breaks, so as long as they're not armor break immune, he'll have easy access to a lot of armor breaks. And then you throw off that heavy and watch those crits and just laugh at them, because the amount of damage is crazy. If you run max inequity, all those armor ups, they're going to take forever to beat him, and they're going to start taking a ton of damage back, guys. Even though Dr. Doom is armor break immune, and other champions like Colossus, they'll still take that damage. I don't know any champion who won't, besides maybe Kitty Pryde, and you have to stay phased. You can play it that way, but that's still a risky way to play. I've seen some of the most skilled Kitty players mess up that rotation a little bit. And also Ghost won't work because there's armor breaks applied, so she can't face. So yeah, not too many counters to him, and even if you have a good counter, you have to watch out for the aura. Otherwise you're going to take damage back, and you guys know how I feel at this point about unavoidable damage. It's just that's the difference with some of the top players. You know, you got guys that take a little bit of damage and they're both significantly good and fast. Well, guess what? The guy that didn't take the damage, he generally wins it out. So that's something you guys need to consider, you know, or you should, in my opinion. But yeah, man, Tear Baby is amazing, especially at high sig, which is something I would definitely be considering as soon as I can get this guy awakened. And yeah, man, offensively and defensively, he's just going to be a problem. He's still going to gain the armor up like everybody else, so he's going to take a while to drop, which means that you're going to play with that ore even longer. And yeah, man, or you're just going to try to avoid it, which will take more time, right? So you only get 2 minutes, so you got to sacrifice. Something's got to give. So he's gonna be pretty tricky. Obviously there's hard counters to him like everyone else. We all have them, but for the most part he's gonna be a problem. And I love me some problem champions, just saying, that are versatile. Let's be clear on that. There's a couple of guys that I have that are strictly problem defenders, but again, you know, my rule, it's not really a rule, but my thing, you know, a low percentage of your overall deck, just strictly one-sided. But he is a dual threat through and through. He will crush pennies. I've seen TJ crush a penny like it was nothing. I've seen him crush kill babies. Yeah, man, it's just, he is awesome, and I cannot wait to get mine ranked up and leveled up at some point in the future. We'll see when that happens, but for now he's at rank 3. You definitely want him to awaken higher sig, in my opinion, because that's where you definitely get more damage from. So yeah, that is the next one. So that's number, I think, 5. Yeah, I can count, guys, don't worry, I can count. All right, so moving on to number 6. Rocket is number 6, guys. On his heavy attack, he has armor breaks. He hits pretty damn hard. He already hit hard, but now his kit's been revamped. It has a lot to do with scrap metal. I don't really understand it yet. He needs like 10 scrap metal to do the heavy attack to apply the armor break. I'm still learning him now, his new mechanics myself, but he, in my opinion, will be a offensive threat. He also can, I mean, he's kind of squishy, but with his new kit, he gets an armor up plus, you know, with the node so that's going to help out a little bit. I would not personally recommend putting this dude on defense. You could try it. I mean, more often than not, he's probably going to get clapped pretty fast, regardless if they have access to their specials or not, and they're getting power burned. I mean, that's just the reality of it. He's more of a glass cannon type champion, even though he has a couple of defensive options now. But that, you know, that's just my opinion. But he offensively will be pretty damn good in my opinion. So I want to definitely test this out. Like I said, guys, I'm going to test most of these champions, if not all of them, in the victory track. Victory track doesn't really mean too much of anything to me. I generally get there within 6 days. I know last season I got there within 3-ish days. So I don't think I'll have a problem getting to Gladiator Circuit very fast, but I do want to test these things out because the tournaments get ready to start as soon as Battleground starts. So us competitors don't have a lot of time, so we need to be able to test certain matchups, see what works pretty quickly, and you know, conform our decks accordingly, and then just hopefully do our best and come out ahead, right? And so that's the idea. But yeah, man, Rocket in my opinion is going to be one of the faster options with armor break, so you don't have to worry too much about getting the armor ups, because he can get rid of them. You just do a heavy attack, very simple, right? As long as you have 10 of those whatever they're called, I forgot what they're called. I think it's scrap metal or something like that. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, definitely going to be one of the champions that I probably will see more often than not in most people's decks, and that's a good thing, man. So yeah, there's Rocket ranked up to rank 3, and who knows, maybe he'll go to rank 4 at some point. Mine is SIG level 100, and that's all natural, guys. So he's pretty high SIG. I don't know how much his signature ability comes into play. I've heard through the grapevines that it does play a factor, so we'll see how much. I'm not throwing stones into mine. You know, halfway there, we'll see where he's at. And last but not least, guys, is none other than Howard the Duck, man. Shout out to Karate Mike, because he put on a show his last match against Legacy. Definitely go check out both of those guys' channels, and congratulations to Lags for hitting 100k subs. I can't wait to watch you eat that hot thing, my brother. You were better one than me, because I ain't doing it, but but yeah, man, huge congrats to you, Lags. And again, shout out to Mike for paving the way with this this duck. Again, you can do heavy attacks. He has a mechanic called Mash. I'm not entirely sure how that works, guys. I'm completely new to this champion as well. But yeah, we definitely wanted to have him as an option. He does a ton of armor breaks on the heavy, plus he gets the Furies. So this guy will be hitting so hard, it's not even funny, really fast. Defensively, he's going to be decent as well. I don't think he's going to be the best defender, but he'll be a stall option, in my opinion, if they don't have a good counter. Now, he's also bleed immune. And that's interesting, because why isn't Tony Stark bleed immune if Howard the Duck is bleed immune? It's my question, guys. He has a mech suit, like an armor suit, like Iron Man. Now, you guys could argue that Iron Man Infinity War can be bleed immune, but he is not bleed immune. If he does not have those passive armor ups, he can be bled. So I don't understand the logic behind making Howard the Duck bleed immune and not Tony Stark with his suits. But you know, again, maybe they'll revamp those champions and give them some immunities as well. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, to me that just doesn't make any sense, because he should be bled. It's just a suit, and yeah, you can pierce it. It's not indestructible or vibranium or anything. But yeah, so there he is. There's my little rant. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, man, I'm definitely excited to bring him along. Now, the problem, guys, is I only have 30 slots, so I'm really gonna have to think about how I want to make my deck. That's generally one of my biggest problems, is I don't have enough room for everybody. So in order to optimize my decks, I really have to, you know, think about who I want in there and for reasons why. So you may not see all these champions in my deck at once, but you might see one or two in there to help me stay competitive, right? Obviously you'll have your normal champions that are mainstays that just cause problems offensively and defensively, and then you'll have some of the newer champions that work well with the meta weaved in there as well. That's how I've been successful with winning a championship in Ghost Dogs tournament, and how I've managed to stay competitive in all of my tournaments, even though I've lost most of the tournaments I've been in. I also did win that one in Ghost Dog, but I performed rather well in Vegas last tournament, and I'm back where I'm at last time, and hopefully will exceed where I did fall short last time. But that's gonna do it for this one. You guys take care. We're almost at 1K subs, so if you guys can help us get there by recommending us and liking and subscribing, that always helps. Peace.